Yeah, what you saying to me, folks? Big Dog back again. End of season, round up. Yeah, I got to talk on it. I had to wait a little while as well because you know what? Like, I had to wait to see how everything panned out, how everything played out before I came on here and gave my overall opinion on what's been going on, man. And I can't lie, like, there's been some, like, in a season where it's all been a bit mad for us, there's been a few. Um, W's like United United not winning Europa, big for us. Wait, nah, you know what? I know that sounds mental. I know that sounds mental. I'm a gooner, but these men have been relentlessly on my case. So, um, yeah, them man not picking up nothing is like, yeah, because these man have just been on to man. But anyway, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let me start off by talking about how I feel about Arsenal season and how, it just felt like it was one of those ones where you see where it could have gone, but we just never had it there to take it there. Like, you see, like, getting up to the West Ham game and you're thinking, like, Bob, like, we get like a win here and it can like get us within 5 points and get us close to Liverpool and we just too many draws. 14 draws is terrible, man. I'm telling you. That in comparison to the amount of games we won, we only lost 3 games all season, drew 14, and then how many we won. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it's not good enough. It's not good enough, One thing I would say, Champions League, we did well to get to the semi-finals, considering like everyone doesn't want to take into consideration the injuries, but I gotta take the injuries into consideration, man. Like we was at one point we was out without a whole front four, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Like, but PSG was just it was just the quality. PSG just had the quality, and I think that's what we lacked this season. I think we lacked that quality, man. That that player like what Aguero and Suarez give you. Like even Haaland in front of goal, he has that quality. He's gonna score goals. Aguero, they're gonna score goals. Salah, he takes his chances. This is the thing. When you have players like that in your side, like you're always in a game, even in a tight game. When you look at the PSG game, um, like in the first leg, you have that quality. Martinelli and Trossard's chances go in. In the second leg, listen, fair play to Saka. He does his business, but he's at 2-1. He's got to put or 3-1. He's got to put that chance away. 3-1 on aggregate. He's got to score that goal. Has to. Puts you back in the game with 20, 10, 13 minutes left to play. It's anyone's game then. But you know what? So to get that far in Champions League, knowing that, teams will get better next season, teams are going to make signings. Will we have the opportunity again? Who knows? Um, so I feel like there was an opportunity missed to grab something there, something we haven't done before. You know what I mean? In terms of the manager and what he's done this season, I give him a bit of credit because considering how things have gone with the injuries, red cards, having to shuffle the pack every minute, he's done well to keep us at second place. At some point towards the end of the season, we started to drop off and it was looking like teams was catching us up. But I feel that was kind of understandable considering the injuries and the reshuffle and everything. Do I feel like we left ourselves short? And I've spoken on this again, and I've spoken to a lot of my friends about this. Is that I feel like maybe at the start of the season, Arsenal felt that they had enough. Even though we was all crying out saying that we needed a proper striker, they might have looked at their 5 or 6 attacking options where you got Trossard, Martinelli, Saka, Havertz. Who did we have? Trossard, Gabriel Jesus as well. You got five options there. Obviously, you loan out Reece Nelson. To be fair, um, we didn't know Ranieri was going to come through at the time. So you can't really include Ranieri, but they had 5 options that they probably thought was enough to get them through the season. In comparing it to last season, where those options did score enough goals, and then you think the way our team is set up, goals coming from across the board. But then when you have players not scoring goals and then the load is then piled onto a one or two particular players, then that's where the worry is, and that's how this season went for us. You know, there was a lot of players getting injured, coming back, not finding form straight away, not being able to play our strongest 11. I think we don't. I can't really think of a time this season, maybe at the start, that we probably played our strongest 11. Even at the start, there was problems. I think Timber was out, Ben White was out. We had Partey at right back. Like it just wasn't. Yeah, it just wasn't ideal. And I think people won't take that into consideration. I'm talking about it. I have a platform to talk about it, so I'm gonna talk about it. But I feel at no point were Arsenal able to play their strongest 11. There was always some form of like juggling. And fair play to Liverpool. Liverpool were able to play their strong sides. They were always able to overcome all their injuries. When they Alisson was out, Keller came in and he was absolutely superb. You know, they was able to keep the spine of their side. Salah had a breakout season, was playing a phenomenal, earned every right to get player of the year, player of the season. Do you know what I mean? At one point, people were talking about Ballon d'Ors for Salah. So that just goes to show you the levels, and just fair play to Liverpool, innit? Like, listen, I can't take anything away from them. They did what they had to do. You know, we banter and we say, you know what, they did it when everyone else was falling off, but they've done it. It don't matter. They've won the title. So it don't matter whether people fell off, people were in, like, they've done it. So we gotta give them their credit, innit? Um, the manager, I see like, people banter it, like, back and like about him getting sacked and sacking the manager. Like, look, this is my take on it. I've been on Arsenal fan all my life, right? Seen us go through all the highs and the lows, the George Grahams, the Arsene Wengers. You know what I mean? And we had Unai Emery, and then we had Lundberg. I know a lot of people forget about the Lundberg era, and then now Arteta. And for me, like I've seen it all the ups and downs. I've gone through like the bad times, the darkest times with this club. The times where, you know, even under Wenger, we hadn't won silverware for ages till he won the FA Cups. Then he got free pretty much like every other season after that before he left. Um, like I'm at this moment, I feel I'm grateful for what Arteta is doing for the club and what he has done for the club in terms of taking us out of a dark place. But I feel for all his hard work, he needs to be rewarded in it, and that's the best way to put it. So I'm not putting pressure on him to say that he has to deliver. Well, he has to deliver, but I think it's only right. He's put in so much work. This team has pushed second three times, twice against phenomenal City, and now and against this Liverpool team that was just rejuvenated under Arne Slot. Champions League. He made it to a semi-final, which could have gone either way, and we could be looking at the weekend thinking we're in a final. So I just feel like he deserves something for all the hard work, especially when you see the likes of Tottenham. You know what? Fair play to Tottenham. Like, even though like, they are our rivals, and you don't want them to achieve nothing over that side. You know what I mean? But I just felt when I was watching the game with my couple of my friends, Man United fans and Tottenham fans, that when they won it, like I kind of felt happy for them. Like, yes, we haven't won anything in Europe, and I just felt that people like Song deserved it. Been at that club how many years? What, 12, 13 years? Been there for ages. Been there for the 10, I think 10 years plus, right? Hasn't achieved anything in the club, has been a loyal servant to the club, and now finally is able to at least say he brought silverware to the club. And fair play, like, and you can't be mad. Like when they're in 16th place of like in the league, right? And they win something similar to that Palace, I can't be mad at them, whether they are rivals or not. I can't be mad. Like for all the success and all the things that we've had and done over the years. Listen, can't begrudge them a little trophy. But United, like I started off with the show, United on the other hand, like I just felt like they didn't deserve to win that. for everything that's gone on this season, for all the noise that comes out of that club from the fan base. They're just always noisy. No matter what we do, like I've just got United fans. And the thing is, I'm probably one of those rational thinking Arsenal fans. Like I don't yes, I have my delusional moments, but I feel like every fan base does. And everyone uses this thing, Arsenal, their fans, the fans, the fans. Come on, man. Sometimes you got to take a moment to look at yourselves. That United are one of those ones where they win 3 games on the trot, yeah, and they'll be talking about, yeah, it's a new dawn, this, that, and or they win like 2 games and it's like, yes, Amarin ball, and they're all excited and they're doing all of this. On the flip side, let's say we do that now and it's all delusional. Look at them laughing. They're still not gonna get nothing. A whole load of banter. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like I just felt like they needed that humbling. I feel like they just needed to just go back to the drawing board and just chill, relax. To my United man, them just relax. You get me? But and it's just I feel like had they won Europa, it would have just covered the cracks of what is really going on with the club. I don't feel like they deserve Champions League football. Yeah, it's a shambles over there, and they need to go and sort that out. So yeah, man. That's how I feel about that whole final and them picking up trophies and stuff. Am I mad and am I like jealous? No, I'm not. I'm slightly feeling like yeah, you can't be mad at a cup that you're not in, and that's simple. Like we can't. We're in the we want to be in the biggest competitions, so you can't like we're too good for that. And if Arsenal was in it, then everyone's upset. So just leave them to go on with that. Newcastle and Palace picking up Carabao Cups and FA Cups. I'm happy for them. Obviously, my boy Jason is a Newcastle fan, so he's over the moon. Does it affect us? No, I just feel like what people always make it about Arsenal, and that's another thing. Like everyone's so quick to make it about you know, oh Newcastle win a trophy. The first people everyone's beelining for is Arsenal. Why no one ever talk? Why does no one, you know, beelining for Newcastle's rivals or kind of like just letting them have their moment? Do you get me? Everything straight back to Arsenal, and I think that's the most frustrating part about it. But like I've always said, listen, I'm confident that Arsenal are going to get things over the line, and when they do eventually do what they need to do, they will laugh the loudest in it. So, yeah, let's just crack on and keep looking at ourselves and doing what we need to do moving forward for the season. Arrivals and departures, players that I want to see coming in and who I want to see out of here. Like, listen, we've been linked with Sheshko, Gokares, linked with Rafael Leao, Nico Williams. Listen, at this point right now, obviously Zubimendi is just about to have his medical, and that will be all probably announced on the 1st of June or thereafter as the transfer window opens. Listen. Out of all them strikers, I just get one in. Alvarez as well. Listen, if you can get all of them in, get them in. Like, have the options. Like, I don't care now. That Arteta and Arsenal and the board will probably look at this season and feel like, listen, we have to go all out. Whether it's bringing in a bunch of load of players, having those options, having that firepower there, and trying to keep everybody happy. And I feel like if you can have a season or two where you go and win everything, and then everyone wants to go and go about their business, move here, move there, and you've got the players to then cash them in again. Listen, do what you need to do, but I think going into next season, like trophies are a must. Something, an FA Cup, you got to go strong in every competition, and therefore to do that, you need the players to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. I think in terms of players leaving, I feel like players that have done their bit and now need to move on is like the likes of Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus, who's injured, so he's going to be able to survive another transfer window. Um, Listen, Thomas Partey, and I'm going to say this, I don't feel like people really understand the levels of Thomas Partey. Like, this guy is absolutely amazing. Like, he's a baller. And I think Arsenal fans, you talk to any Arsenal fans, they'll probably feel the same. Other fans that don't really watch Thomas Partey or probably aren't Arsenal fans probably don't understand how key of a cog this player is to everything we do and when we are good. And I feel like that's why I get sometimes annoyed when I see Arteta playing him at left back or I mean at right back because yes, I understand we invert, but that's not where he's dangerous. He's dangerous in the CDM position, breaking lines, you know, breaking free of the press, being able to drop a shoulder, turn players. Like yeah, and also his passing range is crazy as well. So you have to keep Thomas Partey. There's rumors of Martinelli being sold, and I just think if and we're extending Trossard's contract, which I don't think is a silly move. He's got the experience, he is a good player, but he needs to find some form of form. You know what I mean, before his career dies out, especially where he's going to be hitting like the late 20s now. But the one that is a bit of a shock for me is the selling of Martinelli. But I get it. If a big fee comes in for him in around the regions of say a 60 million, 70 million, why not cash him in? Why not cash him in? Especially if there are options out there to who maybe are more relied upon. Because the thing with Martinelli, what winds me up is that this player has so much potential, but isn't fulfilling it. When you think where him and Saka were probably similar when they both broke through to the team under Unai Emery and stuff, and where Saka has reached the level of that's a danger man out there on that right hand side. He's dangerous. You have to keep an eye on him. You have to double team him. You have to triple team him. You have to make sure even like what you saw PSG do, try and stop the ball getting to Saka. Martinelli needs to be the same threat on the other side, and I feel like he is a bit of a threat, but he's not that much of a threat like how Saka is, and that's my problem. I feel like we need to go and get someone that makes both wings dangerous, and then you go and get a madman up front. So, listen, if the right money comes in for Martinelli, it's sad to see him go, but we're in that level now where we can't have sentimental value towards these players like we did under Wenger, like we did with the Walcotts, the Ramseys, all these players, Gibbs, and all of these players that we didn't sell, and we kept them for God knows how long. Um, yeah, so to just um kind of conclude my end of season roundup, um, what I want for Arsenal for next season and what I see should be our main goals is to bring home silverware. Excuse me. See, even the word silverware just makes man sneeze and that. You get me? But I think our main goal should be to bring home silverware. That is it. Like, bring something home for the fans. I think we deserve it. We've had 3 years of nearly theirs, and I think we need to get there now. Bring home the silverware, give us something to celebrate, and then it also, I think, the pressure that would be on Arteta if he doesn't will be immense. It will be crazy. So, and will the board look about giving him another season? Or will they look elsewhere? And that is the question. And I like Arteta. I want to see him do well. I want him to be successful. I think he's probably one of the best managers out there. I know he hasn't done enough for people to, you know, give him that kind of status, but you can see what he's capable of. Like, one thing I say that I always say in games when I watch these games is that he sets us up to win. And I think sometimes the players let him down because they don't finish their chances, they're not finishing their dinner, they're not getting the ball in the back of the net, which they should be doing. So that's where I feel like he is let down. But the tactics are always normally on point. Sometimes there's some questionable starting lineups, but the tactics are pretty much always on point. So yeah, man. My target for next season is bring home silverware and get us attacking again. I feel like we've lost that, where each season he's tried to adapt to winning the league. So, he went ultra defensive this season. It didn't really work for him. Whereas he went all out attack in the first season where we came second and we burnt out. Like the second season was a bit of both. And we got record high points, but then still City were just that good. Do you get what I mean? I would like to go back to that season, last season, where we were strong in defense, but we was also very attacking, attack minded, and go for it this season. I think take the brakes off and go for it. So that's my end of season wrap up. Thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you check out the Lean Gang website, which is also linked in the channel to get your Lean Gang stuff. Love as always. Big Dog signing out. Let's go.